Hi guys, I'm Valerie, and today I'm going to talk to you about my secondary source research paper that I had to do for my English 102 class. So for this research paper, we had to pick a topic pertaining to the Appalachian region. Our topic base was pretty broad. We could pick pretty much whatever we wanted, and then from there find secondary scholarly sources that related to it and build a research paper on it. And the topic I chose was cooking in the American South, like the history of it and how it's prevalent today, and also the detrimental health effects that it has. The first part of my paper was about the history of Southern food, and as you can imagine, a lot of the dishes that we see as Southern actually came from Africa and was brought over with the enslaved cooks, and then it evolved into what we see as Southern food. And one of the sources that I used for this part of the paper was called Africa and the American South, Culinary Connections. And it talked about typical slave diets, and it also explained how it has evolved. The next part I talked about in my paper was how Southern food is still prevalent in American culture today. And when I was doing research, I found that a lot of it was a pride factor. It wasn't necessarily the food, but keeping the heritage alive. And one of the main sources I used for this piece was entitled Front Porch, and it had a lot of surveys of people in it and how they felt about Southern food and how much they ate of it and how it's still prevalent and why it's still prevalent in American and more specifically Southern cultures today. So the last and biggest part of my paper is about the health effects of Southern food and how it's become known as really, really unhealthy. And the two main sources that I used for this, one was entitled Intention for Healthy Eating Among Southern Appalachian Teens, and the other was entitled Food for Thought. And they both talk about how the people of the Appalachian region are considered the most unhealthy in the United States, and how the Southern food that they eat the most is playing into that. And both sources gave me a lot of insight into that and helped me form my argument that Southern food is detrimental to people's health. So those are the three main parts to my paper: the history, prevalence, and detrimental health effects of Southern food, and some of the sources that I used. I hope you liked it, and thanks for watching.